Why you forget English so quickly and how to remember everything you learn. Intro. Have you ever learned 20 new English words? And after just 1 week, you couldn't remember even 5? Have you ever finished an English lesson, felt confident, but the next day, everything seemed to disappear? This has happened to you. You're not alone. In fact, almost every English learner experiences this problem. But here's the good news. The problem isn't your memory, and it isn't your intelligence. The real problem is how you're learning English. Today I'm going to explain why we forget English so quickly. And more importantly, I'll show you simple techniques that help you remember English for a long time. Let's begin. Reason 1: you're trying to learn too much at once. Many learners believe that learning more means learning faster. So they memorize 50 new words, 10 grammar rules, 20 idioms, all in one day. Feels productive. But your brain doesn't work like a computer. When you overload your brain with information, most of it disappears within a few days. Instead, learn less, but learn it deeply. 5 useful words you actually remember are far more valuable than 50 words you forget tomorrow. Quality always beats quantity. Reason 2: you never use what you learn. Imagine buying a new bicycle, then putting it in your garage for an entire year. Will you become better at riding it? Of course not. English works the same way. Learning without using is forgetting. Suppose you learn the word opportunity. Don't just write it in your notebook. Use it immediately. Say, "This job is a great opportunity. This course gave me many opportunities. I don't want to miss this opportunity." The more you use a word, the stronger it becomes in your memory. Reason 3: you're memorizing, not understanding. Many students create long vocabulary lists. Word, meaning, next word, next meaning. This method feels effective, but your brain forgets isolated information very quickly. Instead, connect every word to a story, an image, or a personal experience. Today's word is journey. Think about your last trip. Imagine yourself traveling. Create a sentence. My journey to Lahore was unforgettable. Now your brain has a picture, and pictures stay longer than translations. Reason 4: you don't review properly. Here's something surprising. Forgetting is completely normal. Scientists have discovered that our brains naturally forget information unless we review it. But reviewing doesn't mean reading your notebook 10 times. Review actively. Close the notebook. Try to remember the word yourself. Use flashcards. Quiz yourself. Speak the sentence aloud. The harder your brain works to remember, the stronger the memory becomes. Reason 5: you don't hear English often enough. Words disappear when they are never heard again. That's why listening is so important. Listen to English podcasts. Watch interviews. Watch YouTube lessons. Listen while walking, while cooking, while traveling. Every time you hear familiar vocabulary, your brain strengthens those memories. Gradually, English begins to feel familiar instead of foreign. Reason 6: you're afraid to speak. Many learners understand English, but they avoid speaking. They wait until they become perfect. Unfortunately, that day never comes. Speaking is one of the strongest memory exercises. Every sentence you say strengthens your brain. So don't wait. Speak with friends. Speak to yourself. Record your voice. Every conversation helps your memory grow stronger. Reason 7: you're not learning through real life. The brain remembers useful information. So connect English to your daily routine. When making tea, describe every step. When shopping, name every product in English. When driving, describe the traffic. When watching a movie, repeat interesting expressions. Learning becomes easier when English becomes part of your life. Reason 8: you're studying without a clear goal. Many learners open a book and study whatever comes first. One day it's grammar. The next day it's vocabulary. Then they switch to pronunciation. The following day they watch random English videos. This approach feels busy, but it isn't effective. Your brain learns better when it has a clear direction. Before every study session, ask yourself one simple question. What do I want to improve today? Maybe today your goal is learning 5 useful phrases. Tomorrow your goal is practicing pronunciation. The next day you focus on speaking. A clear goal helps your brain organize information more effectively. Reason 9, you're not getting enough sleep. This reason surprises many people. Your brain doesn't store new memories only while you're studying. It stores them while you're sleeping. When you get enough quality sleep, your brain reviews and strengthens what you've learned during the day. But if you stay awake late every night, or sleep for only a few hours, your memory becomes weaker. So if you're serious about improving your English, take your sleep seriously too. Learning doesn't end when you close your book. Your brain keeps working while you rest. Reason 10, you're giving up too soon. Many students quit because they don't see quick results. They study for 1 week, or maybe 1 month. Then they say, my memory is bad. I can't learn English. But fluency isn't built in days. It's built through small improvements repeated over time. Think about planting a tree. You don't see it grow every day. But after a few months, the difference is obvious. English works exactly the same way. Don't measure your progress every day. Measure it every few months. You'll be surprised by how much you've improved. The 7-day memory routine. Now let me give you a simple routine you can start today. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need to study for 5 hours. Just follow these steps. Day 1. Learn 5 new words. Write a sentence with each one. Speak every sentence aloud. Day 2. Review yesterday's 5 words. Learn 5 new phrases. Use them in a short conversation with yourself. Day 3. Listen to a 10-minute English podcast. Write down 3 useful expressions. Repeat them several times. Day 4. Read 1 short English article. Highlight unfamiliar words. Guess their meaning from the context before using a dictionary. Day 5. Record yourself speaking for 3 to 5 minutes. Listen to your recording. Notice your pronunciation and grammar. Then record it again. Day 6. Review everything you've learned during the week. Don't learn anything new. Strengthen what you already know. Remember, review is just as important as learning. Day 7. Use all your new vocabulary in a short story. Talk about your week, your work, your family, or your future goals. The more you use English, the longer you'll remember it. Bonus tips. Here are a few extra tips that make a big difference. Don't study when you're extremely tired. Keep a small notebook or use your phone to save useful words. Review old vocabulary every weekend. Don't compare yourself with other learners. Everyone learns at a different speed. Celebrate small improvements. If you can speak 1 sentence today that you couldn't speak yesterday, you're making progress. And that's what really matters. Final message. Remember, your memory is not the problem. Your learning method is. Stop trying to memorize everything. Start using English every single day. Listen, read, speak, write, review, repeat. These simple habits will help English stay in your mind for much longer. Learning English isn't about having a perfect memory. It's about creating daily habits that make remembering easy. Keep practicing. Stay patient. Trust the process. How do fluent English speakers remember thousands of words without trying to memorize them? Is their memory better? Are they naturally talented? Not at all. They simply use smarter learning methods. Let's discover those methods. Method 1. Connect new words to words you already know. Your brain loves connections. Imagine you learn the word exhausted. Instead of memorizing the meaning, connect it with words you already know. Tired. Very tired. Completely tired. Now build a sentence. After working all day, I was exhausted. Your brain remembers connected information much better than isolated words. Every new word should have a connection, a synonym, an opposite, a situation, or a personal memory. Method 2. Create visual images. The human brain remembers pictures better than text. Suppose today's word is umbrella. Don't just read the word. Imagine yourself walking in heavy rain, holding a bright blue umbrella. The stronger the image, the stronger the memory. This technique is used by memory champions around the world. And you can use it too. Whenever you learn a new word, close your eyes. Create a picture. Your brain will thank you later. Method 3. Learn through stories. Stories are powerful. Imagine trying to memorize these words. Airport, passport, flight, suitcase, hotel. Now imagine this story. I packed my suitcase early in the morning. I checked my passport before leaving home. At the airport, I waited for my flight. After landing, I took a taxi to my hotel. Which is easier to remember? The list or the story? Of course, the story. That's because stories create meaning. And meaning creates memory. Method 4. Teach someone else. One of the best ways to remember something is to teach it. You don't need to become a teacher. Explain a new word to your brother. Teach a phrase to your friend. Even teaching yourself out loud works. When you explain something, your brain organizes the information more deeply. This makes forgetting much harder. Method 5. Use English emotionally. We remember emotional experiences better than ordinary ones. So don't create boring sentences. Instead of saying, I have a car, try saying, I was so excited when I bought my first car. Instead of, I like coffee, say, I can't start my morning without a hot cup of coffee. The more emotion you add, the stronger your memory becomes. Method 6. Repeat at the right time. Many learners review everything at random. There's a better way. Review after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after 1 week, then after 2 weeks, then after 1 month. This is called spaced repetition. Every review strengthens your memory before the information disappears. Study. Review smarter. Method 7. Focus on high-frequency English. You don't need to know every English word. Native speakers use the same common words again and again. Words like think, know, need, want, believe, understand. Because these words appear in daily conversations, you'll remember them naturally through repetition. Don't chase difficult vocabulary. Master the words you use every day. A simple